Our story begins not with a king or a conqueror, but with a man on the run, Musa, a prince of Egypt, now a fugitive. He had made a grave mistake, one that cost a man his life, and Pharaoh's wrath was closing in. Musa left behind his home, status, and everything he knew, stepping into the harsh wilderness with nothing but faith. The desert tested him, scorching sun, burning sand, hunger, and thirst. Alone, stripped of comfort, Musa's only companion was his faith. He prayed, not with grand words, but with the desperate cries of a soul in need. He asked for guidance, for mercy, for a sign that he was not alone. In surrendering his fate to the divine, Musa let go of his past and trusted the journey ahead. Each step became an act of faith, a pilgrimage toward an unknown destiny. In his weakest moment, he found strength in prayer. This act of submission would lead him, step by weary step, toward a new beginning. Musa's journey was not just an escape, it was the start of transformation. And at the end of this trial, an oasis awaited, a well, and a new chapter. After days of wandering, Musa's eyes found green, the land of Madian, beyond Pharaoh's reach. At the heart of this place was a well, bustling with shepherds jostling for water. Musa, exhausted and alone, watched from the shade, too weak to compete. There, he noticed two young women waiting patiently with their flock, hesitant to approach the crowd. Their quiet dignity stood out against the chaos. Musa, though weary, felt compelled to help. He could have stayed in the shadows, but compassion moved him. His faith was not just in prayer, but in action. He chose to stand up for those overlooked, despite his own need. This simple act of kindness would change his life forever. He didn't know who they were, or what would come next. But in that moment, Musa's character shone brighter than any title he'd left behind. At a dusty well in Madian, a new story was about to begin. Summoning his last strength, Musa approached the women and asked, "What is the matter with you?" They replied, "We cannot water our flocks until the shepherds are done. Our father is very old." Musa saw their struggle, responsible for their family, yet powerless in a world that overlooked them. Without hesitation, Musa moved the heavy stone covering the well, a feat that astonished the shepherds. He watered the women's flock, asking for nothing in return. One of the women, Safoora, watched with gratitude and curiosity. Musa's actions spoke of honor and compassion. When finished, he returned to the shade and prayed, "My Lord, I am truly in desperate need of whatever good you may send down to me." The sisters hurried home, telling their father of the stranger's strength and kindness. They described his modesty and selflessness. Safoora, especially, was struck by his character. Musa had given his last energy to help others, trusting his own needs to God. In that moment, he had no idea his life was about to change. The story of the well would echo far beyond that day. Sometimes, a single act of kindness opens the door to destiny. Hearing his daughter's story, the old man, known in tradition as Prophet Shuaib, recognized Musa's noble character. He saw a man who used strength with humility and trusted him instantly. Hospitality demanded kindness be returned, so he sent Safoora to invite Musa. Safoora approached Musa with quiet grace, delivering her father's invitation. "My father invites you, so he may reward you for watering our flocks." Musa, seeing this as an answer to his prayer, accepted. On the way, Musa respected Safoora's modesty, letting her guide him without direct interaction. This mutual respect revealed the depth of their character. At the house, Musa shared his story, his life in Egypt, his flight, his struggles. The old man listened patiently, offering comfort. "You are now safe from those wrongdoing people." Musa found not just shelter, but understanding. In this home, he was seen for who he truly was. The meeting was more than hospitality, it was the beginning of trust. Musa's honesty and vulnerability forged a new bond. Here, a fugitive found refuge and a chance to start anew. As Musa spoke, Safoora listened, seeing not just his strength, but his integrity and faith. She told her father, "Oh my father, hire him. The best man you can hire is one who is strong and trustworthy." Her insight was clear. Character mattered more than circumstance. Her father agreed, offering Musa not just work, but a family. "I wish to marry one of my daughters to you, on the condition you work for me 8 years, 10 if you wish." The dowry was years of honest labor, not gold or silver. Musa accepted, "That is an agreement between you and me. God is witness to what we say." This marriage was built on respect, shared values and trust. Safoura's wisdom and her father's foresight gave Musa a new purpose. From fugitive to family, Musa's journey had turned. Their union was a partnership of faith and character. In Safoora, Musa found not just a wife, but a true companion. Together they would build a life founded on trust and devotion. Sometimes, the greatest gifts come from the simplest acts of insight. The years that followed were peaceful and purposeful for Musa. He worked as a shepherd for Safoura's father, choosing to stay the full 10 years. His marriage with Safoora blossomed, a partnership of mutual respect and shared faith. Safoora was his anchor, her quiet support bringing him stability and belonging. Their days were simple, but their home was rich in love and devotion. Safoura's patience and faith helped Musa heal and grow. Life as a shepherd taught Musa humility, patience, and leadership. These lessons prepared him for the challenges ahead. Safoura's unwavering belief in him reinforced his own sense of purpose. These 10 years were a gift, a time of growth between two storms. Musa was no longer the impulsive fugitive. He was now a husband, father, and a man of faith. Safoura's quiet strength shaped the man who would become a prophet. In the peace of Madian, Musa was being prepared for destiny. After 10 years, Musa set out with his family, leaving Madian behind. One night he saw a fire on Mount Tur and told his family to wait while he investigated. Approaching the fire, Musa saw a bush burning, but not consumed. A miracle. From the flames, a voice called, "Now, Musa, I am your Lord." Musa stood on holy ground, transformed by this divine encounter. God gave him a mission: return to Egypt, confront Pharaoh, and free the children of Israel. Musa was given miracles as signs, his staff turning into a serpent, his hand shining with light. He expressed his fears, but God reassured him, promising support and the help of his brother, Harun. Musa returned to his family changed, not just a husband, but a messenger of God. Safoora, now, faced a new test, trusting her husband on a mission that defied imagination. Their partnership would be tested as never before. The journey that began in exile was now a calling to change history. Safoura's faith would be as vital as Musa's courage. Together they stepped into the unknown, guided by faith. Musa's confrontation with Pharaoh is legendary. Plagues, miracles, the parting of the sea. But behind the scenes stood Safoora, the silent anchor of faith and family. Her role, though unrecorded in detail, was crucial. She provided the stability and support that allowed Musa to face unimaginable challenges. Safoura's prayers and steadfast belief were an invisible shield. While Musa battled on the front lines, she managed the home, raising their children in the shadow of destiny. Her strength was quiet, her faith unwavering. Safoura's story reminds us that history is shaped not just by those in the spotlight, but by those who support them. Her trust in God matched Musa's, even when it meant sacrifice and risk. She maintained a sanctuary of peace for her family. Safoura's journey from shepherdess to the wife of a prophet is a testament to her remarkable character. Her quiet faith was as vital to liberation as any miracle. In the tapestry of faith, some threads are bold, others quietly hold everything together. Safoura's story is one of those grounding threads. Her life, often overshadowed, offers profound lessons. She saw Musa's true character at the well, valuing integrity over circumstance. Her wisdom set in motion events that changed history. Safoora teaches us to value character above status, to see with insight and compassion. Her patience was active trust in God's plan, not passive waiting. She supported Musa through exile, peace, and peril. Her legacy challenges our ideas of importance. True strength is often unseen. Safoora represents the unsung heroes whose quiet faith empowers greatness. Destiny is a shared journey. Musa did not become a prophet alone. Safoura's story, though whispered in history, echoes a timeless truth. The greatest faith is often quiet, enduring, and unseen. In her, we find the power of quiet strength and unwavering trust.